Welcome to the DZ Report. Don't you know I love haters? Now, The Mandalorian season 3 was mainly about the Jarin and Bo- Bo-Katan. I think that's her name. I call her Boca Raton. So I'm gonna say Boca Raton. About them basically getting their honor back. The Jarin, remember, removed his helmet to Grogu at the end of season 1 to allow him to go with Luke. Luke came, of course, had that epic scene at the end, which killed it, did his thing. Season 3 was more about gaining your honor back. Now, this season was short, 8 episodes. I felt it should have been 10 episodes. If it would have been 10 episodes, I think everything would have been good. But since it was 8, they should have took out the one scene with the doctor. They should have got rid of that. They should have just put that on the floor. They should have put that on the floor on the chopping block because it really didn't mean anything, and it really didn't come down to anything. It really didn't do anything for the story, moving it forward or anything. It was just a regular episode. So I understood why people were upset at that situation, which I have no problem with. Because personally I would have left that out. I would have left that out, the whole thing, and then I would have went from there. Now, in this season, we of course saw Carl Weathers, who of course was against the Mandalorian, finally was in charge of the planet, told Mando he got a spot for him whenever he wants to come. He got land for him, to show him thanks. And Mando used that to go get the Mandalorians from where they were at to bring them with him. But first, he went there to talk to them and try to get back in. Of course, they were resentful because they're the side of the Mandalorians who don't take their helmet off. Bo-Katan is a part of the ones who take their helmet off. It was two different factions, and they kind of didn't like each other. They were bumping heads. However, it showed that they needed unity. At the end of the day, they needed unity. They needed to come together to basically show that they're one unit. And this to me relates to society, how it is within the black community. I know people are gonna be like, oh, here you go making it about race. No, it has a lot to do with that, where we're not together, where we need to come together. You got light skinned, brown skin, dark skin, three factions of people who need to come together. But we don't. Now, what's up, Still the King? Now, Grogu in this episode, basically, they had a machine built for Grogu to walk around and be able to move with Mando and to basically, be his guard, be there to help him out, in need. And Grogu in this season really grew. His character really grew as not only a youngling, but turned into a Mandalorian Padawan. Oh, Equalizer 3. I'm gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about that. The trailer looked it good. I think it's gonna be better than part two. Part two I really didn't like that much, but we're gonna get to that. Now, Mandalorian, you had, of course, somebody working with Moff Gideon inside the faction. I don't know if it was a non-binary person or it was a woman. I don't know. They were just weird. But what they did was set up the doctor. They were able to set up certain things to help Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon was supposed to go to trial, but was taken by his faction he had on Mandalore, who basically came and picked him up and got him away. The Djarin and them found out about it. One of the guys who were in one of the ships, they basically found out that, okay, he got taken. So the Djarin and them figured out what was going on. Bo-Katan basically found out, that life is sustainable there, but they knew that they would have to go to war. So he, of course, gave her the black saber back, which I thought was kind of cheesy. I felt like they should have fought for the black saber for her to get it back, but said that this thing took it from him and she killed the thing. That was cheesy. I didn't like that scene. I felt Bo-Katan and Djarin should have fought for the black saber. If they would have fought for the black saber, I think that would have made the season more relevant. It would have made the season more worthy. Would have made it a lot more worthy, would have made it a lot better, would have made it more fresh, made it made it great. Made sense. But it didn't happen that way. So that kind of was a wasted effort. And then the ending, I felt, was kind of cheesy. Moff Gideon only came for that little bit, was BS. To me, you should have brought Moff Gideon episode 5. He should have came episode 5. And then 6, 7, 8 should have been trying to take the planet from him. You should have took out a couple of those filler episodes. Now, if you would have made it 10 episodes, you could have did everything you did, and then 7, 8, 9, and 10, you could have left that for Moff Gideon's story. Moff Gideon was underutilized in this story. Moff Gideon should have been put more in the story as the antagonist, and should have been pushed more to be to be tougher, to be the antagonist, to be thwarting the plans of the Mandalorians. And that should have happened. To me, they wasted him. The Djarin, he was used. His story was okay with Grogu. This was more about Bo-Katan. That's all it was about. Having her be the leader, bring the Mandalorians together to basically take the planet over, and to have the set up shop, set up camp there, which was okay, but I mean, you should have made it more about the Djarin. But that's just how it is. That's the only thing I really did not like about it, like the underutilization of the characters. Now, character development was okay. You got to see the youngling in the beginning, was finna get killed. Bo-Katan went to go rescue the youngling, basically putting herself back in the faction, which was done good. That was smart, Now, the ending when they died, of course, where they jumped in, I didn't like that. I thought it should have been more Moff Gideon one-on-one with Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan should have found a way to get up out of that and beat him. To me, it was cheesy at the end, but I understood it. So, season 3, I give it a 3 stars out of 4. Could have been a 4-star out of 4, but they just underutilized it. They underutilized the characters. They underutilized it. Plus, Christian, shout out to him. He said something very key, that they waited too long to bring this back. Mandalorian been away for like 2 or 3 years. They should have brought it back sooner. That's what I would have done. Okay, now the Flash. The Flash trailer showed you a lot. And I don't really like that it showed that much. It showed you Batman. It showed Michael Keaton without the mask on. I didn't like that. It showed Batman doing his thing, fighting, flying out the craft and flying everywhere. You saw a little bit of Kara, which is Supergirl, and that was okay, but to me, it showed a lot. Now, what I'm hearing is the Flash is going to be most likely the best DCU movie. It might be the best one out of all of them. I don't know if that's true, but from the trailer, I give it a 3.5 out of 4 stars. I'm not going to the theater to support this movie because of Ezra Miller. I will be watching this on Fire Stick, so a lot of y'all may see this before me. My Fire Stick been acting up, but I'm not supporting this movie. Now, it looked good. The visuals look great. Zod looks good. The explosions, things, great. But I felt like too much of the Batman in it showing Michael Keaton was way too much. I would have left it more, how do I say? I would have left it more to the imagination of what's going to happen. Now, let's talk about the Equalizer 3. Not that bullshit show with Queen Latifah. Shout out to Denzel Washington coming back for Equalizer 3. I think we're going to get like a John Wick 4. Which we're going to get a great story. It's going to be a little more storytelling. I think the scenes aren't going to be rushed. They're going to get to the point. Denzel, we see he's in Italy. He got away from America, so he's over there living his new life, and he's happy where he's at, and it centers around a woman and her child. So what I think is going to happen is, I think what's going to happen is we're going to see Denzel protect the family, be a part of the community. He's going to help them against these mobsters, and we're going to go from there, and we're going to get to see him in action, which I've been waiting for. So, like I said, Equalizer 3, can't wait. The trailer, I give it 4 stars out of 4. I'm going to go see this movie, but I'm not going to go see Flash because of Ezra Miller. They haven't done nothing wrong to him like they've done Jonathan Majors, and Jonathan Majors hasn't done nothing compared to Ezra Miller. So those are my points. I didn't want to make this video too long, but The Mandalorian 3, I felt like the pacing was kind of too slow. They should have cut out a couple episodes to speed it up to Moff Gideon. They should have made it a 10. If they would have made it 10 episodes, it would have been 4 stars out of 4 to me. Flash, 3.5 out of 4. Love the visuals. I felt like it was a little too much. They showed too much of Batman. I hope Batman's not the whole movie, but it is what it is. I would not support the Flash, but Equalizer 3 looks great. I think it's going to be better than Part 2. And I think it's going to get back to what Part 1 was. It's going to have a story, going to have development, character development, and we're going to get to see Denzel in action, doing his thing, not that Queen Latifah bullshit. So thank you guys for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. If y'all do love what y'all hear, you can donate to the page by going to my description box, hitting that link to my Cashapp to donate whatever your heart's desire. And thank you guys, man, for your love and blessings. I will be coming back with another video either tomorrow or the day after. So thank you guys for your love and blessings. I'm out. This is the DZ Report signing off. Peace.